Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this is a vlog for my second week of nursing in the COVID-19 ICU. So I mean, we're still seeing a lot of people that are passing away, unfortunately. You know, we are doing everything for them. I do believe that the hospital is doing everything that they can and doing everything right. Even patients who have become DNRs, we have still been trying to save them. Really, they had just become DNRs for various reasons, whether it was their family members or them making the decision because they felt like they weren't going to live past this, and then, you know, now they're intubated. But even the patients that are DNRs, we're not just saying like, oh, you know, this patient's going down, we're going to let them die. We're still doing everything that we can and, you know, giving them the medicines, epi, atropine, whatever we need to try and make these people live. But unfortunately, it's not always working out. This past week, I did see a patient that had gotten extubated and sent to the floor. And, you know, we were really hopeful, and then 2 shifts later, the patient actually had to come back down and get re-intubated. So it is really hard for these people's lungs to survive, and it's scary. You know, these people are people that are my parents' age. They're 55, 60, you know, and we do have a lot of older patients too, but it's just like the amount of younger patients that are intubated and that are really fighting for their lives and unfortunately not making it despite everything that we're doing is scary, and it's sad. You know, the family members call, they tell us that they're praying for their family members, and they also tell us that they're praying for us, which is really nice, but honestly, it's just a sad situation all around, but we're going to keep doing our best and keep fighting. One positive thing that happened this week that I probably keep with me forever is I was running a little bit late to work, so you know, they normally clap for healthcare workers at 7 p.m. But normally, you know, we're all getting on the bus or getting ready to go to work, so we're not actually out there to hear it, or at least not for me. And since I was running a little bit late and I was like running to the subway, so I was still above ground, and the clock struck 7 p.m. and I heard somebody like, "There's a nurse, cheer for her," like out their window, and then like a bunch of people just like started cheering for me and like hanging out their windows and like clapping like at me and just like yelling at me like, "Thank you, thank you." And there was this little boy and he yelled, "Thank you, nurse, thank you." And it was just so cute and it was really thoughtful. But me being as awkward as I am, I didn't know like, do I wave back? Do I start crying? Because that's how I felt. Like I was so happy and so appreciative that they were like, you know, taking the time to clap for me and thank me, that like me specifically, you know, like because they saw me, that I just felt like crying, but I didn't, but I also just felt like, oh my gosh, get me out of here at the same time, because I don't like being put on the spot like that, because I don't feel like I'm a hero and I don't feel like I need to be thanked like that. But it's really nice and appreciative, and I'm very appreciative that people feel that way about nurses and healthcare workers in general. And then that night, or I guess the next morning from work on the way home, I actually had some guy come up to me and he was like, "Hey, you know, I was in the armed forces in the service, and people would always say to me, you know, thank you for your service, but now it's your time, and I just really want to thank you for your service," because he saw me in my scrubs. And I was like, "Oh, you know, thank you so much." I mean, it's really nice that people are doing that, but I'm just like super awkward when it comes to that stuff. But I do really appreciate when people take the time out of their day to do that stuff and to thank us, because it is a really hard job that we're doing right now. And it is rewarding, but it doesn't feel rewarding right now because we're seeing a lot of death, and it is getting better, but it's getting better slowly. And these people are still coming in sick. We had a trauma come in and we scanned his lungs and he had COVID and he had no idea, and his lungs were all junky. So it's still out there, it's still coming in, and yeah. Otherwise, in my personal life, I got the most compliments that I've ever had in my life about me having a nicely shaped head, so that's been very interesting. And it was actually a little bit warm outside the other day, so I was able to actually take my beanie off and let my hair go free, let my bald head go free, and it felt really good. Otherwise, you know, I'm feeling good. I caught a cold the other day. For like 2 days I had a cold because I was walking home from the subway and it was pouring down rain, and I forgot my rain jacket and it was like 30 degrees. So I caught a little cold. I know my family was concerned, like, oh my gosh, did you catch COVID? And although I'm working around it, I'm very meticulous about my PPE and taking it off, putting it on. Like, I clean all my stuff after every room. I wash my hands, I wash my goggles, everything, my face shield. I change all my stuff because the New York Health Hospital Systems has enough PPE for us to do that. So I'm really thankful for that. But it was just a little cold. Because I was not prepared for this weather, but I have my rain jacket and my warm clothes, which I will start bringing to work because, you know, New York weather is like very similar to Florida. I mean, not as far as like how cold it gets, but as far as how bipolar it is, because literally I'll be going to work and it'll be like 60, 75 degrees and sunny outside, and then I'll be going home from work and it's 30 degrees and raining. Like, I didn't expect that at all, so why would I think to bring a jacket? But I really just need to be better about checking the weather and about bringing stuff to protect me so that I don't get sick, so I can take care of these patients and keep fighting for them. So that's all for week 2, and I'll just keep doing weekly video updates. So thanks for watching.